The average American spends over $1,000 on a new mattress, sleeps on it for 2 to 3 years, and wakes up with back pain, wondering what went wrong. The answer is a single number printed nowhere on the tag. Every mattress feels identical in the showroom. The difference shows 18 months later. One specification decides if it lasts 3 years or 10 years, and stores are counting on you never asking. Foam density, measured in pounds per cubic foot, PCF, is the hidden number that decides if your mattress will last a decade or collapse in 2 years. It is not about how soft the top feels at the store or how fancy the fabric looks. The only real predictor of durability is how much actual material is packed into each cubic foot of foam inside the mattress. But you will never find this number on a showroom tag or in most online listings. There is no federal or state law requiring mattress makers to disclose foam density to buyers. The industry relies on this silence. Here is how it works in the lab. A materials scientist cuts a perfect 12-inch cube of foam, conditions it for 24 hours at controlled temperature and humidity, then weighs it on a calibrated scale. That weight, divided by 1 cubic foot, gives the PCF. It is the standard spelled out in ASTMD 3574, the same method used for crib mattresses and safety-critical products. But for adult mattresses, the number almost never makes it to the sales floor. Instead, you get vague promises: high density, premium support, advanced memory foam, with no numbers to back them up. The difference between a mattress that holds up and one that sags is measured in tenths of a PCF. For a poly foam support core, anything under 1.5 PCF is considered budget grade, cheap to make, and quick to fail. The industry benchmark for long-lasting support is at least 1.8 PCF. For memory foam, the bar is even higher, 4.0 PCF or above for average weight sleepers. These are not just marketing claims, they are the breakpoints where engineers see a step change in compression resistance and long-term support. Yet most mass-market mattresses hide a low-density base under a thin veneer of higher-density foam, if there is any at all. The memory foam label often means just an inch or two of actual memory foam, sometimes as little as half an inch, on top of a thick slab of cheap polyfoam. The comfort layer, the part you feel, is almost always the first to fail, and it is designed that way. No law forces brands to print these numbers, so retailers distract with fabric, model names, and lighting. They can swap out the foam recipe every few months, rename the model, and keep the price sky high. The average queen mattress costs $100 to $300 to produce, yet sells for $1,000 to $3,000, a markup of up to 900%. When sagging appears, customers are told to blame their weight, their bed frame, or their sleeping habits. The real culprit is almost always the hidden PCF. For anyone shopping for a mattress, the warning is simple. If you do not know the foam density, you do not know what you are buying. The only numbers that matter are the PCF of the comfort layer and the support core. Anything less is a gamble with your money and your sleep. A single inch of low-density foam can turn a $1,000 mattress into landfill within 3 years. In the comfort layer trick, brands stack just 1 or 2 inches of premium foam on top, sometimes not even true memory foam, while hiding a thick slab of bargain bin polyfoam underneath. The comfort layer is the first to compress, and it is engineered to do exactly that. In lab testing, 1.5 pounds per cubic foot comfort foam loses up to 25% of its original height after just 500 cycles. That means a visible body impression before the calendar even hits year 2. One durability study found that a 3 pounds per cubic foot memory foam comfort layer retained more than 80% of its firmness after 5 years, while a 1.5 pounds per cubic foot layer dropped below 50% in the same time. A customer named Linda filed a complaint after her luxury mattress developed a deep trough just 18 months after purchase. She weighed 160 pounds. The store manager blamed her bed frame and suggested she rotate the mattress more often. Third-party testing confirmed the top layer had collapsed, leaving the cheap polyfoam core exposed. Linda paid $2,100 for a mattress that cost less than $250 to produce. The comfort foam was just 1.4 pounds per cubic foot, barely above packing material. Salespeople, often trained to deflect density questions, lean on buzzwords like advanced support or cooling gel. In a secret shopper call, one representative insisted that all our foams are high density, then admitted the comfort layer was only an inch thick. When pressed for pounds per cubic foot, he changed the subject to the mattress cover. This is not a fluke. It is the business model. Retailers know that a mattress with a low-density comfort layer will almost always sag before the warranty fine print kicks in. The average queen mattress costs $100 to $300 to make, yet sells for $1,000 to $3,000. That is a 900% markup, justified by branding, not by materials. When models are renamed every few months, price comparison becomes a shell game. The result is a cycle. Engineered comfort collapse. Blame shifted to the consumer, and another sale just a few years later. The only way to break it is to demand the real numbers, the pounds per cubic foot of every layer. If a retailer will not tell you, walk away. The comfort layer trick is not a bug. It is the profit engine. A 90-night trial sounds reassuring until you realize the mattress isn't designed to fail until month 12. Most trial periods last 3 to 4 months, just long enough for the foam to hold its showroom bounce. But the real trouble starts after the return window slams shut. That is when the low-density comfort layer begins to cave in, and the body impressions settle deep. At that point, the only protection left is the warranty, and that is where the fine print takes over. Major brands set their warranty trigger at 3/4 to 1.5 inches of permanent sag. If your mattress dips less than that, you are out of luck. Third-party labs use a 240-pound roller to test for this threshold. But in a real bedroom, most people notice pain and support loss long before the foam hits the official mark. A 2023 consumer survey found that nearly 70% of warranty claims are denied because the sag does not cross the line or because the mattress was not on an approved foundation. Even if you clear the hurdle, the process is slow and stacked against you. Many buyers are told to rotate the mattress, blame their bed frame, or accept that their weight or sleep style is the problem, not the collapsing foam. Meanwhile, retailers point to the Certipur US badge as proof of quality. But ask a Certipur US representative what the certification actually means, and you will hear about chemical safety, no formaldehyde, low levels of volatile organic compounds, and no ozone depleters. There is no durability test, no minimum density, no guarantee that the foam will not fail in 2 years. A 1.4 pounds per cubic foot slab can wear the badge just as easily as a 2.0 pounds per cubic foot premium foam. The badge reassures, but it does not protect. For consumers, the real guarantee is still missing: the right to know the density of what is inside. In the lab, the difference between a mattress that supports for a decade and one that sags in 2 years is captured in a single test. A technician places 2 foam samples side by side, one at 1.4 pounds per cubic foot, the other at 1.8 pounds per cubic foot. Both samples are cycled under a 240-pound roller for thousands of compressions. After just 500 cycles, the low-density foam shows a permanent set nearly double that of the higher-density sample. The numbers are stark. A 1.4 pounds per cubic foot comfort layer may lose 20 to 25% of its height, while a 1.8 pounds per cubic foot core remains firm with less than 10% loss. This is the real-world proof that marketing terms cannot hide. So how do you shop smart? Start with one question. What is the pounds per cubic foot of the comfort layer and the support core? If the answer is missing, vague, or dodged, walk away. The only way to know what you are buying is to demand the actual numbers. For polyfoam, look for a support core of at least 1.8 pounds per cubic foot. For memory foam, 4.0 pounds per cubic foot is the minimum for average weight sleepers. Anything less is a shortcut to early sag and wasted money. Some brands are breaking the silence and choosing transparency. Saatva, Winkbed, and Avocado publish full density specs on their product pages. You can find the numbers for every layer, not just the top inch. These brands sell direct, skip the showroom games, and back up their claims with real data. When you see a full spec sheet, you know the company stands behind its materials, not just its marketing. The path to a mattress that lasts starts with a single question. Ask for the pounds per cubic foot, and do not settle for anything less. No law requires mattress makers to reveal foam density, yet it is the number that decides if your investment lasts or fails. Demand at least 1.8 pounds per cubic foot for polyfoam support and 4.0 pounds per cubic foot for memory foam. Forget the branding. Low density means quick sag, no matter the price tag. Insist on real numbers.